are you today? Are you bright and bushy-tailed over there in the U.S. or anywhere you might be watching from? It's evening here, 9 o'clock, and I'm ready to share some true crime stories with you that are found only in Cambodia for your entertainment. I see we got Mumsy in the house. Good to see you. So, shall we just get started? Got a little bit of news at the end. Well, this is all news, but I mean personal news. All right. Oops. So let me share the first story. I thought you guys might want an update on the Thai border stuff. So this is the only thing I'm saying about it. Yeah, how I'm doing. I'm doing okay. So all week long, Thailand has been giving eviction deadlines to Cambodians living in villages along the border. And they're refusing to leave. Well, I guess some left, but a lot of them are refusing to leave. Well, where is that one? Oh, here it is. Okay. To get the right tab over here. So the Thai side had been putting up barbed wire and these tires and stuff. Says the villagers have cut off electricity and water to areas that are occupied by the Thai forces while fortifying their homes, vowing to resist eviction. Okay, so the deadline just expired last night or this morning. But luckily, it's just a standoff, and the Thai forces have not made any moves. Okay. But the Thai government has authorized its military to remove what it calls illegal settlers because they're claiming the land, even though it's not. The international law has already, said that there's a certain map that's supposed to be used, and this would be Cambodia's territory. And the previous Thai governments had agreed to it, but there was no demarcation done of the areas. And now Thailand's saying, no, this is ours. Okay, that's what the issue is. Yep. So far, oh, look at, these are some of the shelters that people have made. This one, like a bomb shelter, So let's hope it doesn't escalate. There's that. See if you guys say anything. Where's the peace treaty? Yeah. Well, that's so interesting because, Cambodia nominated Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize based on the peace treaty, that they say that he brokered it. Even though he just made some phone calls, and it was actually the Malaysian prime minister that sat through the negotiations. So that's kind of interesting how that unfolded. And there's supposed to be some kind of ASEAN, which is a Southeast Asia block of nations, kind of like the European Union. It's called ASEAN. There's supposed to be some kind of meeting, and Donald Trump is planning to attend, So, I don't know. Moving on. Okay. Police break up a meatball smuggling ring. Go figure. So I guess all these boxes are meatballs. And so this enterprise was importing frozen meatballs from Thailand without correct tax documentation. Now there is a call for a boycott on all Thai products right now because of what's going on, what we just described. But that's just like, it's not the government banning all products, although there is a ban on a lot of products. But any Thai products that are allowed, a lot of Cambodians are calling for boycotts. Also because Thailand still has 18 prisoners that they took back at the end of June, beginning of July, when there was the skirmishes going on for like 5 days. They captured 18 Cambodians, and they still have not released. They released 2. They captured 20, and they released 2, and the other 18 are still being held prisoner, and they have not been released yet. So it's really more about that they're calling for the boycott. But yeah, there you go. Frozen meatballs and fruits that had not been taxed. So there you go. Yeah, tariffs. Yep. So they didn't pay the tariffs. Will there be a signing of the treaty? I think they had to sign something when they had that meeting in Malaysia. And that's one of the reasons. Well, I mean, and so because Thailand keeps being aggressive, Cambodia has initiated proceedings at the International Criminal Court for them violating the peace treaty. But yeah, I think that would have been signed back in July. Next up, a drug-addicted dog snatchers busted. Good. These guys don't look too fancy. 2 young drug addicts have been arrested after they prowled the streets of a village hoping to snatch dogs for the illegal dog meat trade. Oh, look at that. They misspelled meat. It should be MEAT for anyone who doesn't know. They were arrested around 3:30 a.m. in Kandal province. So that's just the outskirts of Phnom Penh. 28 and 17. They both tested positive for drugs. The sources say that around 2:30 a.m., they were riding their motorcycle out of a house with a dog catching device and a white bag attached to it to hunt for the villagers' dogs. They'd already tried to catch the dogs 4 times, but thankfully were unsuccessful. So the village's People Defense Force, which I guess would be their term for a neighborhood watch, were patrolling, and during the arrest, the suspects threw their drugs and the road. Yeah, so they are awaiting their legal proceedings. So good. Dog catching is a problem. No, Trump said he wants to be there for the signing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's some big ASEAN meeting, so I guess there's like another signing. All right. I don't know where everyone is today. Maybe they're just lurking and not engaging in the chat. But I see a couple of eyeballs. So thank you for watching. Even if you don't want to interact, but you're always welcome to leave comments in the chat so we can say hi and know what you're thinking. Okay, next up. General Department of Immigration warns against fake entry permit websites. So for any of you wanting to come visit Cambodia, you have to file online, and you have to apply for your visa online, and there are fake websites. So don't get duped by a fake website. The e-arrival card, says arrival.gov.kh. That's the only website that you can go to. There is also an app, the Cambodia e-arrival app. And there is no service fee. So basically you'll have to pay your visa fee, but there's no service fee. So if they're trying to charge you a service fee, it's bogus. Okay, so don't get scammed, all right? Come visit Cambodia. It's great, but don't get scammed on your visa. All right. Cattle rustlers thwarted. So this is the typical Cambodian cow, what they look like. You have water buffaloes and you have cows. So these are typical. It looks like this guy was leading them away, and he was going to sell them in Vietnam. They spotted the blue truck. Wow. So police spotted a blue truck, which was also used before to steal cattle. And they stopped the truck, but they stopped the truck, but it refused to stop. Okay. And it doesn't make too much sense, but they chased it down. So they found 6 cows and arrested 3 suspects. So there you go. There's one of them. There's another one. There's another one. During the operation, they seized 6 cows. There's the blue truck. Some equipment. So there you go. Cattle rustlers in Cambodia. Next up. 64 loan sharks arrested. Good. Good. Police are doing their job. Here's the 64. I don't know if that's all 64 people. But they're loan sharks. They were running microfinance groups offering loans, interest rates up to 85%. Oh my goodness. The 85% is on top of a high service fee. So when the borrowers could not repay the debts, the lenders threatened to seize their properties. So this was quite a racket they had going. Police spent 2 weeks investigating before they arrested everybody. And so there's a law on banking and financial institutions. The maximum interest rate is 18%. I guess maybe they're dyslexic and thought it was 81%. But okay, good. So good. Yeah, rip off. So no more. So next up, an opportunist moto thief strikes in Phnom Penh. So here's, I'll tell you this. I already read it. So this motorcycle is parked at a we have a money transfer like Western Union, but it's called Wing. Okay, and so he's parked at the Wing shop, and he's getting money, right? Or it might have said an ATM, but no, I'm pretty sure it's a Wing shop. There's other pictures here like this. So, and this is the guy. Whoever owned this motorcycle did not take their key out of the ignition. Dumb. It is like motor memory. When I'm on the motorcycle, I don't care how short I'm stepping off the motorcycle, that key comes out with me. Because otherwise, this is what happens. Someone's going to jump on your motorcycle and ride away. There he is riding away. Victim filed a complaint. So they've got his picture, but they have not caught him yet. See, it says an ATM. But yeah, then it says wing ATM. It's not an ATM like the machines. All right. It's a shop. You can see here. It's a shop where you have a code. It's just like Western Union. Okay. Money transfer. Gee, here they would investigate for a year before doing anything. I know, with the loan sharks, for sure. That's what I mean. Good job. Good job. This is sad. This is sad. It says golden jackals beaten to death after attack on villagers. So there was 2 women and a man going for a walk around the Battambang area, and some wild dogs. Like for us, we would have coyotes. All right. The area, there's a lot of flooding all over the country. I got a story about that at the end. And so it was a pack, and they attacked them. And somehow I think they got away. Let me see. There's one of the dogs. They killed three of the dogs. They're called Dhole, Dhole in Cambodia. They were taking a morning walk around 6 a.m. They were attacked. Their screams of help alerted other villagers, who beat one of the pack to death. And then the infuriated villagers went on the hunt, found them hiding in the flooded forest, and surrounded them and beat 3 of them to death while the others escaped. And they are a rare species, not endangered, but rare. And so it's thought that they went to the village because they were escaping the flooding. So I don't know. I find that really sad. Yeah. Okay. Next up. Police arrest nearly 300 Pakistani, Bangladesh, and Nepalese nationals in connection with cases of illegal residence and work in Praya Sihanouk province. They were in Sihanoukville. And that's where a lot of those call centers are. And there was actually video I saw. They basically rioted. It was at night. So it is a Chinese company. They're here working illegally because they thought they were coming for a job, and then the Chinese people meet them at the airport and take their passport and just rush them into the call center and never let them leave again, but they turned on the Chinese owners and rioted, and there's footage of them rioting. So police got involved, and so they arrested the workers, probably going to deport them back home, which I think that they will be very happy to get out of Dodge, So anyway, police doing their job again. And again, a U.S. citizen, this guy, was arrested for producing and distributing certain material about children and committing the exploitation of said children. So good. They got an email tip that he possessed this material and was trafficking while staying in Cambodia. So they went to raid him. So on his cell phone, children aged 6 to 8. And he was using Grindr to communicate with the victim. What 6 to 8-year-olds are on Grindr, which is a dating app, There were intelligence leaks. Okay. I guess this is his apartment is in here. Oh no, That's across the street. That he's on this side. They're walking him out right now, next to a dentist. Child Protection Unit. They also collaborated in Tabang Kamum to crack down on a case involving a 36-year-old man doing the same thing, but the victims were 13 to 20 years old. So good. Good. Catch these guys, throw away the key. Okay, next up. Now, this was interesting. I have not heard of this scam. So this is new. I mean, although I know that tuk-tuks do stuff, you know, they have tricks that they try to do. Okay, I know some, but I hadn't heard of this one. $7,000 of fraud that he was able to rack up before they caught him. So he would use QR codes that were charging dollars instead of the agreed reals. All right. You don't know, in Cambodia, it's a dual currency country. So you can use US dollars. And so let's say the ride is 3,000 reals. That would be 75 cents. 1,000 real is 25 cents. Right. But then he tells he gets foreigners that don't know the exchange rate and tells them, oh, the QR code is in dollars. So they go to pay in dollars and he tells them it's $2. Right? Or it's $1.75. Instead of 75 cents, he tells them to put in instead of 75 cents worth of reals, right? So they're supposed to pay they're told they're supposed to pay 3,000 real. But then when he shows them the the QR code with US dollars, he says it's $1.7. 3,000 reals is $1.75. So then they put in $1.75. So he's making an extra dollar every time, right? So over $72,000. I don't know. I'd have to look, but anyway, so that's the scam he was doing. So watch out. Now this one, I'm happy to see. I tried when I was a sub editor, like 2020, 2021. I tried to get one of the journalists to do like an investigative reporting about the mining upstream from the dolphins, because there were a lot of dolphin deaths that if they get caught by boat propellers, then there's all kinds of injuries on the dolphin, right? And there were these dolphins that were dying without any injuries. And I'm like, when you're mining, especially like for gold and metals, well, most mining is metals, but you could be mining for gems or something. Then you have what's called trailings. Trailings. And that's kind of like the wastewater from the mining process. And those can be very harmful. I remember a documentary when I first did the Thunderbird International Film Festival. And I think it was some kind of mining. I think it was aluminum mining in India. And the trailings were just released into the streams, and people are drinking the water and bathing in it and all this. And they started having deformed children, And so you have people like with extra fingers or whatever, It was really, really, really bad. And so I wanted them to investigate if any of because there were some big mining contracts that were given upstream from the dolphins. Anyway, so there's a gold mining firm that is facing heat for polluting the stream. So good. Mesco Gold in Ratnakiri province, yeah. So it significantly reduces the oxygen levels, resulting in the death of fish and threatening the local ecosystem, right? So they need to upgrade their water treatment center. And they need to use properly lined temporary storage ponds. And if they need to construct additional ponds, then they need to do it and repair any leakage, so good. And so here's a lined pond, for example. If they need to make more, they need to make more. So good for finally, it's not connected with the dolphins in this story, but I can tell you it's affecting the dolphins. Pretty smart. Oh, the guy with the QR code? Yeah. Okay. This is just a little bit sad. The boy dies after being struck by lightning while riding a moto. And lightning deaths are just way too many. We need some lightning prevention public service announcements or something. There needs to be some kind of education about lightning because way too many people die. He was sitting on a tractor. So was he on a moto or what? So it says here he was sitting on a tractor watching his uncle plow the rice fields. I mean, suddenly the sky began to rain and thunder. Now it is true that it comes pretty suddenly. All right. At that moment, a bright flash of lightning struck him. The uncle ran to see his nephew dead. The uncle was just plowing. Was out there in the middle of the rice field plowing. It's like work's got to be done. I mean, it rains a lot. There's rainy season. If you just stop every time there's a storm, you're never going to get anything done. So, I mean, I kind of get it. But the next story was actually a summary. I think this was October 3rd. Let me just see when the other one was. October 7th. So this boy is number 41. Okay. In the first 9 months of 2025, 40 people have died from lightning strikes. It's just way too many. Yeah, get under protection. Exactly. But don't go under a tree because the tree can attract, it's tall. Lightning's going to go for the tallest thing. And then if it hits the tree, then, hey, traveling fools in the house. You missed some of our funny stories in the very beginning. So now's for some news. You didn't have a show on Monday, right? Because I was kind of looking for it, but I didn't see it. Okay. Riverbank dwellers warned as flooding persists in 9 provinces. There's 27 provinces. I think 27. Maybe it's 23. I don't know. 20 something. Can I say 20 something provinces in Cambodia? 9 of them have serious flooding. This would normally be a road into the pagoda. They're using boats. This is Kampong Cham provincial. This is in Kampong Cham province. Okay. Chani this morning got a phone call from her sister. I guess her dad is dying. I don't know. And he was very abusive, but she still feels a sense of like if he's dying, I don't know, like maybe he's going to apologize to her or something, get some kind of closure. So he's asking for her. And so she went this morning to Kampong Cham, and then she sends me, video. Let's see. Okay, that's the only picture there. Okay, wait a second. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, you were sick. I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, because that was Monday, so I hope you're feeling better. Okay, here it is. Oh, let me. Okay. So this is a video from Chani. It goes by really quick. That's her on her way to her family's house. She took a bus, and then she had to get in this rickety old boat. What the heck? I asked, do you know how to swim? She said, yes. Did you catch the boat? Can I pause it? Oh, I can. Oops, wait, go. It goes back. No. Look at this rickety boat she's in. At least it was daytime. So then I asked if she got there to her family. But yeah, all of this area is all flooded. Oh, I know. And then this is just from TikTok. So if you notice this white with red tips, that would normally be the side of a road. And you can see the yellow markers down the middle of the road. The road is completely flooded over. You know, so she sent me that just to show what the flooding's like. Well, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. So we'll come back over to this one. Okay, so that's news about Chani. And I told her Friday, you need to come back on Friday. Today's Wednesday. She said 2 days. 2 days could be whatever, right? So I said, you need to come back on Friday. Because Saturday, you see this story. The story's about that they're calling it Walking Street. I think it's called Walk Street. Every Saturday and Sunday night at 6 o'clock in the evening, Phnom Penh closes the road that goes along the riverside, in the riverside area along the palace, from the night market to the palace, and closes it to just be like all pedestrian. Okay. And it's a huge deal. You'll see in these pictures how many people they've got, performances. So these are the extra officers that are being deployed to make sure that there's safety. So this is Walk Street. See, walk, not walking. Walk Street. All right. Tons of people. Not so many people right here. There's the Royal Palace. So you can see how crowded this is. And you see businesses that are here. They set up tents. It's very, very busy every Saturday and Sunday night. Here's some performers. There's entertainment. And here you can see a lot of these booths. There's a better picture coming up. There you go. Oh, that's the night market. Wait, they're still in. Here you go. This one. All these booths along the riverside. They're selling different products, and there's a special area for selling food. Now, a lot of these in the other areas also sell food, but it's just your booth, and that's it. Whereas the food court area has booths kind of arranged in a square with dining tables, right? But tables with chairs for to sit down and eat the food that you just bought. And it's $10 a night. So this weekend, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to be in one of these booths trying to sell the Americana food. We're not going to take a lot. If it sells out, it sells out. It'll be about $150. So that's the news. So every Saturday you'll be going, Saturday and Sunday. Hopefully we can make some money. You know, we're taking just a limited menu. All right. We're going to have 2 croissant sandwiches, the California and the Waldorf. We're going to have the little slider sandwiches. So we're only going to take 5 of each sandwich, croissant sandwich, just 5. The little sliders, you know, sandwiches on a dinner roll, basically, we're going to take 10 chicken, 10 ham, 10 tuna. We're going to take 12 hot dogs. So 6 for the normal, what we call the old-fashioned hot dog, which would be the ketchup, mustard, onions, and pickles, pickle relish. So 6 of each, and then 6 of a chili dog, chili cheese dog. So 6 of each. And then only 2 of our like chicken meals, basically the country fried steak one and the chicken Malibu, but only 5 of each of those. And banana pudding, little containers of banana pudding. And each of the sandwiches and hot dogs come with a choice of salad. So we're going to take some carrot salad, some tuna pasta salad, and some potato salad. And they can choose which one they want. Wish me luck. Yes. Well, that's not so much. I mean, when you look at the amount of people, you know, hopefully, I mean, that's very modest. I think that's a very modest amount to try and sell. And if it's gone in the first 2 hours, then maybe the next night we do a little more, you know, or something. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear, but we're just taking a modest amount. And we'll see what happens. So that's that. That's it. I'm going to hide this. So what time is it? I can see 9:40. All righty. Tutoring is going fine. My university class is going fine. I'm really enjoying the university class. Teaching students how to write a paragraph. And so anyway, well, and just in case anybody's like ready to run away, let me please remind you that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you're watching this, I love you. I do. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me. You know, I hope you go forth and have a great week. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, we will be doing the general trivia. So I'll have to whip that up and have that ready for you. I have the folders of the information. I've got the categories written down. So it shouldn't take me too long to put that together for you. I just have my class in the morning from 9:30 to 11, my university class, and I don't have any tutoring tomorrow. I don't have any other responsibilities. So beyond taking care of the animals, since Chani's not here for 2 days, I got to do it all myself. I'm perfectly capable of doing it. She's probably all worried about me and you know, how I'm going to survive. What am I going to eat? Oh my goodness. All righty. So let's wrap it up. That's it. I hope to see you tomorrow night for general trivia, or Gen X trivia. And until then, catch you later.